Shalom. My name is Rabbi Jeffrey Lehner, and I will be your teacher and guide for the Biblical Heritage Center's Life First network of informed believers. I've been working with my friend Jim Myers for almost a decade before the Biblical Heritage Center was founded, and I've been involved and supported the Biblical Heritage Center from the very beginning. And today I'm going to discuss with you the Jewish Jesus. Let me begin by pointing out that I am not a Messianic Jew or Messianic rabbi. It's just too messy for me, or even more accurately, a Christian. I was graduated from the Jewish Theological Seminary in Manhattan, which is the conservative seminary, and I think that, just to start off, that the Jewish Jesus would be much more comfortable in my synagogue than in any church. You know, we still do many of the same things he did when he regularly attended the synagogues during his life, including the Gospel of Luke opens with him reading a Haftarah, which is a kind of a rabbinic addendum from the prophets and the writing section to the weekly portion that's read from the 5 books of Moses. And it was his custom, as the New Testament says all the time, to attend the synagogue. This may be a shock, but Jesus never established or attended a church. Jesus was a Jew. He was raised in a Jewish home by Jewish parents. He lived in a Jewish town in Nazareth, and he was born into the Jewish culture and accepted the Jewish ways of life. He learned the Jewish tradition, and he kept the laws of the Torah, God's teaching. He was even circumcised and named on the 8th day, which is still done to this day. And he regularly kept the Sabbath, the Jewish Sabbath, Pesach, which is the Passover, Shavuot, which is the Jewish Pentecost, counting, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and also he was in Jerusalem for the dedication, the Feast of Dedication, which was Hanukkah. He was taken to Jerusalem as an infant and returned with his parents for certain festivals and was taught the Torah there. And as an adult, he himself taught there. He was teaching his Jewish students, his disciples, as was every rabbi at that time. And he was allowed in the part of the temple that non-Jews were not allowed to go into, and that's where many of the Jewish people, their teachers, their students, congregated. The leaders of his movement, after his execution by the Roman authorities, continued to attend the temple activities and were involved in temple activities. Even Paul went to the temple to make sacrifices after his Damascus Road experience. The point is that Jesus was a Jew. His parents were Jews, and his followers were Jews. The Jewish Jesus discussed and taught about Jewish subjects that were important to Jews who were living at that time. Over the years, Jim and I studying together, we've both pointed out that material should be looked at in context, because if you try and look at something from the time of Jesus in the context of 2011, it's not going to fit. Jesus taught his followers to keep the laws of the Torah, and this is important, according to his interpretation of them, just like other rabbis taught their followers. This also may be a shock, but the one thing Jesus didn't do was to create a new religion. He didn't create the first Christian church of Galilee, or of Nazareth, or of Jerusalem. He did not require his followers to abandon Judaism or the Torah. He didn't require his followers to believe any doctrines about who he was so they could get into heaven when they died. He didn't ordain any preachers. He didn't found a seminary. The Romans were not known as the good guys to Jews living in the world in which Jesus lived, and that, again, has to do with context. The Romans regularly executed Jews and displayed their corpses in public. They could be seen hanging from crosses set up along the major roads. And the Romans were the oppressors. They placed heavy taxes upon the Jewish people, And Roman soldiers were always visible on Jewish festival days and were quick to respond to anything that they thought might become a threat. But interestingly, it would be the Roman Church, under the power and authority of the Roman Emperor Constantine, which would create the Roman Christ. Christians today know a lot about the Roman Christ, but they know very little about the Jewish Jesus. I'll be teaching you much more about this subject in future lessons. If you would like, please visit my webpage at the BHC website, that's biblicalheritage.org. You will find more information and links to my videos. Learn how the Jewish Jesus became the Roman Christ. Send me your comments and questions, and if you like what BHC is doing, please become a contributor and support our work. We would appreciate your help. And please share this video with your friends and others who may be interested. Shalom.